Alright, what's going on everyone? Matt here for the Matt Film Show. You guys are new here. Make sure to thumbs up, subscribe if you guys like. Let's get right into today's video. And today I'm going to be giving you guys my review of Peacemaker Season 2. I'm going to give you guys my overall thoughts on the first season and Peacemaker and the character and all that. Then I will give you guys my thoughts on the second season. So Peacemaker Season 1 was set in the DCEU in the old DC in the ODC and the DCEU in the same universe as Man of Steel, Zack Snyder's Justice League, Batman vs. Superman, Aquaman, Aquaman the Lost Kingdom, The Suicide Squad, all those movies, right? And I really enjoyed the first season. I really, when Peacemaker was announced as getting its own season, you guys did not know he got killed off in the Suicide Squad. Now, in the end, he was alive and got his own first season. I really enjoyed the first season, written by James Gunn. I love James Gunn. I think James Gunn is a great writer, great director. I loved what he did with the Suicide Squad. I love what he did with the first season of Peacemaker. Obviously, he's known for the Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy for the MCU/Disney, and as well as I loved what he did with the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. He did that first season, and I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed Chris or Peacemaker, Emilia Harcourt, Leota, Yelota, Adrian Chase, John Escosimos. All those characters, I really enjoyed it from the first season, and I really enjoyed the Suicide Squad. That was a really enjoyable movie, great movie. So now they made season 2, and season 2 is set in the DCU, and the James Gunn's new formerly DC universe that he started all the way back last December with Creature Commandos, then Superman, and now Peacemaker season 2. This is the third project in the new James Gunn's DC. The first season is not canon, so season 2 is canon going forward. I loved how they explained it in the second season. I was kind of worried about if it was going to be confusing or not. When you watch the second season, it's not that confusing, and I will explain it to you there. But I will give you guys a premise, the cast, and my overall thoughts on the second season. Premise: follows down on his luck Christopher Smith as he discovers an interdimensional portal leading to a reality where he's a beloved hero, but this perfect world is revealed to be one where the Nazis won World War II, forcing the team to conflict their deepest trauma and fight to bring the mission's 11th Street kids home. The show stars John Cena as Chris Smith, Peacemaker, Jennifer Holland as Emilia Harcourt, Danielle Brooks as Leota Adebayo as which is the daughter of Amanda Waller, Freddie Storma as Adrian Chase as Vigilante, Steve Agee, I think it's Agee, as John Ecosimos as Argus Agent, Frank Grillo as Rick Flag Sr., Robert Patrick as Augie Smith on White Dragon, which is Chris Pratt, Peacemaker's dad, David Denon as Keith Smith, Peacemaker's brother. So yeah, those are the cast for Peacemaker. And I really enjoyed this show. Like I said, I really enjoyed the first season. This is you want to make sure that this show is rated TVMA, rated R. And there's a lot of sexual stuff, a lot of sexual references, nudity, violence with blood and all that, and language. So I do want to advise you, if you guys watching this, this is a mature audience. This is rated R, and that's all those kind of stuff, just in case, because let me watch it, that is there. So I thought that this season of Peacemaker was very, very fun. I loved how they were able to handle Kim going into a what is the thing called? Interdimensional portal that leads them into the new DCU. And so I really like how they handled it. I was kind of trying to figure out how they were going to handle Peacemaker right? Since the first one's not canon to season 2 is how they're going to make him fit into the new DC, and they did that perfectly, very, very well. Um, and they did change the ending of Peacemaker season 1. Uh, I'm going to go to spoilers about this. I'm sorry, but I did want to talk about how they handled it. If you guys have seen season 1 of Peacemaker, the end of the season, you had Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and the Flash. Show up in the end talking to Peacemaker, right? And I think Aquaman's like, fuck a fish or something around those lines, right? Well, they changed the ending and they redo the same ending in season 2, but the Justice League, since the Justice League does not exist in the DCU yet, as of right now, there is no Justice League, so they call it the Justice Game, right? Green Lantern, or right, Guy Gardner's Green Lantern, Hawk Girl, and Mr. Terrific. The 3 characters that showed up in Superman show up in the end that replace the Justice League. And so those characters are part of the show. They're hardly in the show. Maybe some sort of a cameo. They're just there. I would assume that they were just there to say that this is part of the new DCU. That's why they were there. But I really enjoyed that they included those characters because I really like Guy Gardner's Green Lantern. That was a character that took me by surprise. I really enjoyed from Superman. And we get to see him a little bit here, and I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed Hawkgirl and Mr. Terrific. So glad that they were here. And I really like this season. It's a very fun season. Obviously violent and nudity and stuff like that. But this is a fun show. I really enjoyed this season, this show. I really enjoyed the first season. Big fan of the first season, by the way. And like the character, I'm becoming more of a fan of the character Peacemaker. Never heard of him prior to him showing up in the Suicide Squad. Never heard of this character, and now becoming a fan of this character. Can't wait to see more of this character. I really enjoyed the character of Amelia Harcourt. Love the relationship between Chris and Amelia's relationship here. And the intro, I want to talk about the intro. They changed the intro. It's not the same intro as it's not the same intro as the first one. They did change the intro here and the song. So I kind of just kind of disappointed because I really enjoyed this song from the first one and the intro, but I really like the intro. I think every time I watch the show, I always look forward to the intro. I never skip an intro. Usually, sometimes when I watch shows, I skip the intros, but for me, I'd never skip an intro for Peacemaker. I love that intro. I love the song. I love the music, and I just love the opening credits of it. So I really like that. I really like you get characters that appeared in Superman in Peacemaker season 2, such as Guy Gardner. He's in the first episode. Hawk Girl, and you get a lot of Rick Flag Sr., which was in Creature Commandos and Superman, is also in this one as well. So he's a lot in this. And you also get another character that showed up in Superman in here. So this is very, very connected to Superman. So you will watch Superman to understand Peacemaker season 2, because a lot of the continuation from that movie is in this show, and a lot of characters that show up, not a lot, but a couple of the characters that show up in that are in here as well. What else the character? Those are another character that I really enjoyed. Very funny character. I'm trying to remember his name. Um, Let me see if I could find it here. Um, Tim Meadows, Langston Fleury. That character was so funny. Every single time he was on screen, I've never heard of him until now. Very funny character, and so was Vigilante. Vigilante is another character that's very very funny. I really enjoyed Vigilante, and also talk about Eagly. Eagly also returns here, and I love Eagly. I love that little eagle. But very those are the characters that I found that were funny, that caught my interest. Just every single time those characters were on screen, very um, very very funny. Uh, but this is an episode of 8 episodes, so it's not that long. They're like about 30, 40 minutes to an hour around there. So I pretty enjoy the length. The length about these episodes were great. But I really had so much fun with this season. The only thing that I was concerned about is how they were going to take that show that was in the DCEU connected to the DCE to connected to the DC universe or the DCU, and I enjoyed how they did it, and so that was my main problem. But I'm very happy how they were able to handle it. I do not know where we're going to see more of these characters, where they could pop up now that they're in the DCU. They could pop up anywhere, right, in all these other movies. I do hope, I do not know if they have not confirmed season 3. But I would love for season 3 of, like, to continue more of these characters of this. Overall, I would say it would be confusing because, you know, when you're going to watch this series, you never seen it. For me, personally, there is some elements from season 1 that happen in season 2 that continue. But overall, majority of season 1 does not count because that was set in the old universe. Season 2 going forward is set in the DCU. I would like, but overall, I think you should watch the first season, you know, just in case get familiar with these characters. But I do want to say that there's a lot of sexual stuff, blood and guts, head against chop off. Like, it's hard R. So if you're not into that, I am telling you right now that this is hard R. There's sexual stuff, nudity, blood, guts, and all that stuff in this show. So if you're not into that, this might not be the show for you. And I appreciate that James Gunn is making shows that are like mature audience, and that's fine with me. But I think that there's a limit that might not be for everyone. You get what I mean? I think not everything has to be rated R. Not everything has to be all this stuff for rated R. And so I think there might be people who want to be connected to the DCU, that want to see more of this DCU, that when they see the R-rated stuff, when they start seeing nudity, blood stuff, and they're like, yeah, that's not for me. That might be a turn off for some people. That's not for me, but maybe for some people, right? So that would be kind of iffy for me trying to get this. But overall, I really enjoyed what he did with this season of Peacemaker. I really enjoyed the show. It's a very fun series. Love the characters. Can't wait to see more of these characters. I cannot wait to see. This kind of has, like I said, maybe points to where are we going next in the DCU. This is all connected. And I really appreciate that it's all connected. The DCEU was not connected. You know, you could watch a movie and watch another movie and not feel lost. But this is a show that's connected. So before watching this show, I advise to go watch Superman and Creature Commandos. Creature Commandos, because characters from Creature, not all of them, but some characters show up from there. And Superman, characters from Superman do show up there. So watch Creature Commandos, which is the first show. So it's Creature Commandos, Superman, and Peacemaker Season 2. This is all connected. So before watching Peacemaker Season 2, I'd advise to watch Creature Commandos and Superman. And if you want, watch Peacemaker Season 1. But Peacemaker Season 1 does not count because it's not connected to this. Season 2 going forward is. But I really enjoyed this season. I really enjoyed, I enjoyed the first season. I really enjoyed it. But like I said, I think that if you loved the first season, you're going to enjoy this season. If you like the character season of Peacemaker, you're going to like this. If you enjoyed Superman, you're going to enjoy this. But keep in mind that this is rated R. It has sexual stuff, sexual references, sexual jokes, and all that stuff. It gets cut off blood and guts. If that's not for you, this might not be the show for you. But overall, I believe that James Gunn is headed to the right direction. I think he did an amazing job with Creature Commandos. I thought that was kind of like, I do not know that that's a great idea, starting a universe with animated, mature audience, a TV R-rated show that's animated. But I thought, I think you're going to enjoy that show. Because that show has nudity and blood and guts and language and all that stuff. But I really enjoyed it. And I thought Superman was the best comic book movie of this year. Right? Superman was the best comic book movie of this year. And I really loved Superman. I love David Corn Sweat. I love the cast of Superman. I love the Nicholas Hoult, Lex Luthor. And you get to see a continuation from that movie in this show. So before watching this show, I advise to go watch Creature Commandos and Superman. Then watch this season 2. I think that's how I would put it, and that's how it is. And it's all connected. And James Gunn and Peter Safran are here to make sure that everything is connected and everything going on plan. And I believe that if James Gunn continues going by his plan that he has set in stone, because I believe after this show, it's Supergirl. No, it's Lanterns. So I think that this season or this show, whatever it is, will lead into Lanterns, which is supposed to come out early of next year. Then after Lanterns will be Supergirl, which I believe comes out in May of next year. May or June. I think it's May of next year, Supergirl, but I know that Lanterns will be next. So it's Creature Commandos, Superman, Peacemaker Season 2, and Lanterns, which is supposed to come out sometime next year. We already got Green Lantern in Superman, and we're probably going to get a lot more in Lanterns. I'm going to see them more going forward. But overall, fun series, fun show, fun season. I really enjoyed this season of Peacemaker. I thought that this season, between season 1 and 2, which one was more fun? I think season 2. Season 2 was more fun. I think season 1 was more introduction of these characters, getting to us to know, to love and character these characters. And if you love those characters from season 1, Peacemaker, Millie Hardcore, Lyota, Bendayo, mispronouncing, which is the daughter of Amanda Waller, Vigilante, Rick Flex, not Rick Flex, Augie Smith, Chris Smith's dad, Peacemaker's dad, and Keith Smith, all those characters from the first season that come back here in season 2. If you love those characters and you love those type of characters, you're gonna love them again here. So yeah, I loved how they played the dimension here. In this season, and Argus, and we get to see more of Argus here. I'm sure that we're going to get more of Argus agents or something around line going forward in these other movies and shows for DC. But overall, I really enjoyed it. I really want to give a huge thanks to James Gunn for making a great show, uh, and for the DCU. James Gunn is killing it for the DCU as of right now. Things could change. Things could change. I might not like Superman or Supergirl. I may not like Lanterns. Right? I may not like Clayface or all those shows going forward or movies going forward. But as of right now, I believe that James Gunn is headed to the right direction. Like I said, Lanterns might not like it, Supergirl might not like it, but as of right now, it's headed to the right direction, and DC is in a great state how they were in the last couple of years. Now, even though DC was not in a great state last year or 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I enjoyed every single DC movie coming out the last couple of years, except for Joker Filet Do. But every single movie that failed in the box office, that was not well received, I enjoyed it, except for Joker Filet Do. But overall, I really happy with James Gunn's DCU, with the DC universe. I believe it's headed to the right direction. I want to see more Peacemaker, more of these characters. I'm crossing my fingers that we do get third season. I want to see third season. I cannot wait to see where we get more of these characters going forward. But overall, that's my review for Peacemaker Season 2. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe, because if you guys have seen Season 2 of Peacemaker, let me know in the comments below. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about the future of the DCU with James Gunn and Peter Safran's the DCU. Thank you so much for you guys supporting my channel and my videos overall. Don't subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.